Hello, I'll be testing today. For testing my veins, I'll be using only one arrow. This one, it's Easton Jazz 1916. It's a little thicker than what I would like to use, and it's a little short, but it's the only way I can fit it into my crossbow. So that's what I'm going to use. I'll be sliding all of the veins on it. Let me show you the veins. I'll be, of course, using my competition veins. They are the main thing I want to test. Careful. Let me just show that they do fit in. And by the way, when they are not screwed up like the previous ones, they are not so wavy anymore. As a matter of fact, they are almost not wavy at all. Pretty much. So I'll be trying these, and I'll be comparing them mainly to the ordinary veins. Only there's two of them, so that they would fit in my crossbow. See the difference in size? That's on purpose. I don't need to slow back of the arrow down in order for front to fly faster and therefore straight. I'm stabilizing by rotation. The only thing I need to achieve is the spin of the arrow. If the arrow spins, it's gonna be stabilized. And for spin, I don't need such surface. I can use this easily. But just to give you a comparison with myself as well, I'll be testing another set of veins, and that will be my hunting veins. As you can see, they are much larger than the competition veins, but otherwise they are exactly the same. So these are the veins and the arrow I'll be using. For shooting, I want to shoot as consistently as possible, so I will use my crossbow. It's small. It looks like a toy, but it's not. It's actually made of metal. It's quite stiff, although it's the weakest one I found in my local hunting supplies. And I don't think I'm going to do anything stronger than this, because I'll be shooting indoor and for very short range, and I'll be only comparing the speeds of the arrows. That's all I'm going to do in this test. So let's get to testing. Right, the results. How did I first measure them? I took each of these clips and I put them all together into a timeline. Let me zoom in a little bit. So this is where I'm talking, and here are my shots. Competition round 1, competition round 2, competition round 3, standard round 1. I only had one round because one of the fletches came off. And then there's the hunting aerial where I shot 3 times within one clip. What I'm looking at are these louder parts. That's where I shoot. You can see them here, 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 and so on. Let me just zoom in into one of them. Let's say here. I want to zoom in a lot, but not too much. Make it more precise now. Because if I zoom in too much, the pictures will show and it's not very well visible. We are interested in a wave right here. Okay. This is where the arrow hits. The lines are thicker or denser right here around this place. Okay, so it's from here to about here, 4.5, let's say. Okay, let's make sure that it's correct. Let's just check the second hit now. I think it should start right here. Here, where the spike is. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4.5. Okay. Let's zoom out and I'll show you another one. Zoom out, I said. The other way out. Okay. Standard. Let's try standard. It's somewhere here. Let's zoom in again. Here is where the arrow goes off. Actually here, about half a section to the left, but I cannot position this triangle in between. So let's put it from here, and I believe it's right here where it hits the bag. Because you can see the pattern is different here. So there will be 5.5 of these sections. Let's just double check that. Let's put it from here. Oh, that was maybe too fast. And this is where the loud part starts. Let's double check. Yep, exactly. So that's 5.5 sections. I measured each one of these like this, and I got my results here. So let me just read this real quick. Competition arrow round 1, 4.5. Round 2, 4.5. Round 3, 4. I'm talking about the sections, okay? I'm not talking about seconds or something. I don't know how long these sections actually are, but whatever. So we got 4.5, 4.5, and 4 for competition arrow. We got 5.5 for standard arrow, and we got 4.5, 7, and 4.5 for hunting arrow. The 7 is really off. I don't know what happened there. It may be that the string went partially over the top of the arrow or something. It was a bad shot anyway. But I used it. I averaged it. So the fastest, according to me, is competition arrow of mine, which is 13 divided by 3, which is 4 and 1/3. Second would be my hunting arrow, which is 16 divided by 3, which would be 5 and 1/3. And the slowest would be the standard arrow, which will be 16.5 divided by 3. So how much is that? 5.5, I guess. Okay, so yeah. So these are my results. Interesting thing is that it actually perfectly corresponds with my outdoor test, where my veins would fly further. And yeah, you are welcome to retest all of these. I'll be happy to send you a sample if you PM me, and you can try it yourself. You can try using a camera. The view here is not very good. it would be better to use, for example, a high-speed camera and place with some light, because it was also dark and it's horrible the quality, but you can hear the sound pretty well. That's why I'm analyzing the sound. However, if I could analyze a picture, I would simply watch first the arrow when it first starts to move, and then I would watch the back when that starts to move first, and I would count the number of frames in between, and that would also give me results. Not exact results, these are not milliseconds, but it would tell me which of the arrows was faster, which what is which is this test is all about. I guess that's all. I thank you for watching, and I'm out of here.